Right, baby. And just like that, I am motherfucking live. Um, Welcome to Key and Carrie. I'm Troy. Uh, he's Damon. No shade. No, I'm just playing. But Damon is not here, so yes, I will not be solo. But let me do that. I'm sorry. Every time I'm solo, or not solo, but every time, yeah. So nerves. Welcome to King Carry. I'm Troy. you know, my co-host Damon it will be unavailable. He's unfortunately he won't be here to join me for to co-host this review with me. Chasing Dallas, season 6, episode 8, apology tour. I'm kind of like all over the goddamn place. I don't know why. I've been doing this shit for a while now, so this should be easy for me. But yes, Chasing Dallas, season 6, episode 8, apology tour. A live review for you guys. Like I said earlier, Damon won't be, unfortunately, he won't be joining us this afternoon for this live. So let's send my bitch some well wishes. Him and his girl Caitlin. Shout out to my bitch Caitlin. Yes, baby. They in the Chi Town, the Windy City, going it down. So I'm living for that. But shout out to Damon and Caitlin. But unfortunately, because Damon won't be joining us, I do have a guest host that will be joining me this afternoon. None other than Mother Chloe Von Dutch, who is a part of this season of Chasing Dallas. So I'm super excited to have Chloe on the show and to get like perspective from somebody who is currently on this season, and just to pick her brain on like what's been going on this season and like kind of pick her brain on like her life outside of the show. Like we know that she's a mom and she has her family and let me say gay family. She's a mother of a gay family. So her house is pretty big, like a lot of members to her family. So I'm curious to see how she navigates through that and kind of navigates her own like life outside of like just being a house mother and a part of the Chasing Dallas franchise. So again, shout out to everybody who is going to join us, Chloe and I, on this good Saturday afternoon for this live review, and also shout out to the people who are going to watch this on the playback. Um, I'm going to just go over and make sure that my co-host is ready for to be added to the stage, baby. I'm gonna bring my host on, and we just get right into this motherfucking review, baby. So I introduce you guys none other than motherfucking Chloe. I'm sorry, motherfucking mother Chloe Bondas, baby, because you know, mother, you gotta put the title in there, baby. So
It's
yes.
two different things. It's two different people, baby.
Yes. Oh, thank you for joining me today, Chloe, for this live review. Like I said, I told you off camera, I'm like super excited to have you here. I'm excited to pick your brain and just to get your like perspective or just to see how you feel about this season, being like a new face to this kind of larger than life
Web reality
franchise.
world.
So yeah, yeah. So before we get started, I kind of wanted to ask, like, how did your journey to the chasing reality world? How did that come into like fruition? Was that something that you like always kind of wanted to be a part of, or did somebody on the cast kind of ask you to be a part of it?
So I was familiar with quite a few people that were a part of the franchise. Gary Aubrey used to do my hair from season one. Premier is my brother. Dior is my uncle. Bankroll, Barbie Bankroll is my auntie. So I'm connected throughout the whole
Yes.
franchise. But it was crazy because I applied twice and I didn't get through, and then it wasn't until this third time I got all the way through, and which I'm here now. Um, I think from what I was told, I wasn't chosen the last two times because I had beef with somebody that was on the show at the time, and they didn't want it
Ooh,
to be aired out, so they kind of kept me in the back. So yeah, I'm here though. Let's see.
okay, that's interesting because as we know, you and Rachel kind of have history prior to you guys filming the show. So can I ask what's the difference between your beef with your altercation with Rachel versus I guess the prior beef that you had with the former cast member?
Oh, cause okay, so me and Rachel were both new cast members, so it wasn't her. It was me and Barbie Bankrose was had a tiff. I say a tiff. But we're good now. We're good now. But no,
Okay.
so but minor retro stuff. It was like maybe 6 or 7 months before we got casted to film, and literally it was just a misunderstanding, to be honest. Just to, like something out of one of my kids had. I hate to cut it over. One of my kids had hit me up and was basically just like, that Miss Mama was over there popping it, like talking shit, talking about she was smacking me, and this and that other. And I guess she just thought I was some quiet person that wasn't gonna like be about that. But it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was over it. And I walked across the street, and what's the Wally popped her ass, and then the rest is history. But we're good now.
I
I
am
think.
happy that you guys
Well,
are.
we'll see at the reunion. We'll see at the reunion how good we are.
Ooh, not the choppy ways, baby. Not the roller coaster, y'all. Bad thing, y'all good. Well, I wanted to say I was happy that you guys seem to be cordial, like somewhat on good terms. You guys to be in the same room and
No,
there
we are.
not
We're. And
be.
I'm really just looking to try.
So since you kind of put your relationship with Rachel into like that context, would there be like other kind of friendships or alliances that kind of shift or kind of waver through the season? Like for instance, Rio, Zesty, and Jet are like trio boy band. Like will we see like a hiccup with them? Or is there a possibility to see like a hiccup with them at the reunion?
I see. I think that there's a possibility. There's definitely a possibility to see a hiccup on both sides because I think the sides kind of shift. The sides are going to shift. It's going to be a shift, and y'all are going to be like, "Whoa, yeah."
Ooh, okay.
It's
So
it's it's a shift. It's definitely a shift.
with these like alliances and like these I don't even want to call them friendships. Are these genuine friendships or like the cast? Are y'all just like a group of people who just film together and y'all are in the same room, so y'all have to kind of interact?
For me, I can only speak from my experience, and I did. However, okay, so with me knowing a couple people, I knew some people, and so we were friendly or friends, I guess you could say. And then the ones that I didn't know, to be honest, I probably hung out with four of them outside of the show. No, I could say five. I've hung out with five people outside of the show that had nothing to do with the show, like just like on a regular night, just kicking it or whatever. Yeah, it's five because it's Rachel, Kelly, Mother, Donnie, and Jayla. So yeah, five. Um, outside, the rest of them, I really would. I probably wouldn't be caught dead with them. Just being real. Like I don't know, but it's not to say that it's not genuine. I mean, like I just we don't sit at the same tables. We don't be in the same places.
See, I'm big on that, and like growing up, I had that mentality, and like my mom specifically would always be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so standoffish. You're so like antisocial," and it's just like if I don't rock with somebody, then I'm just not gonna force myself to be around you or give you like my energy. So like I definitely feel
Well,
that.
like
Like yeah.
even at the beginning, like even the introduction, the pink party, thinking back to JoJo's party, um, I for actually the first couple of scenes, I definitely was like a little standoffish. I'm an Aquarius, and I naturally kind of just like be in the background, and because I need to like assess the room, see what's going on, get my grounds or whatever before I just start going off the deep end. Uh, so I kind of had to assess how everybody was moving and just peeping out all the plays or whatever. That's why at the beginning I was kind of giving like I wasn't really 14 down here because it seemed like so much, but I ended up giving him a chance, because I felt like he deserved going in. Everybody makes mistakes, and I wasn't gonna hold him to the fire because it was just like, bitch, okay, now this is being ugly. Like y'all not inviting him to nothing. Like he's not able to come to no group scenes. Like, girl, that's the fool.
I feel that. I respect that. I also put that in my notes that I feel like what Donnie said was fucked up. Don't I we've been holding Donnie to the fire for his comments, but I feel like now is dragging. So, like
Yeah.
he's a part of this.
And that's what we kept saying throughout the filming. Like we kept saying, like, girl, I'm tired of drag. We were so tired by this season by this part of the season. We were so tired of talking about it. And I was like, bitch, y'all gotta think of stuff. Y'all gotta move on to something else because bitch, this ain't cutting it.
Right.
Like, bitch, like I was tired of being a dead horse. Okay, he ain't saying nothing else. And to be honest, girl, mother put 10 on 2, girl. So I kind of blame her a little bit. But shout out to the big three. But you know,
So I did want to ask like what would you rate your chasing Dallas experience or what would you just rate your chasing experience overall as you being like a newbie?
Outside of okay, let me. I'm gonna take the comment section out of the equation. My experience filming the show and doing being part of the franchise was amazing. I actually enjoyed it. I had a good time. I feel like I was able to accurately show my taste and accurately show who I am. Well, yeah, I think I was. I actually wish we had a little bit more time to film, but it seemed like we was in and out. It was really quick. Um, that's outside the comments. Now, dealing with the comments is a whole nother ball game, and I've had to like I mentally checked out for a little bit or whatever, and I had to gather myself because, whew, they could be really rough, and
How
it don't seem like they letting up on me.
how is that to like your life prior to filming Chasing Dallas? Like your internet presence, was it like different versus now?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't known like that. I mean, I've okay. So a lot of people know me. Like if you're in Dallas, you've heard my name. Like my name definitely rings bells in these streets. But like outside of that, Dallas probably you probably wouldn't have known me or whatever. But I mean, I wasn't. I'm not somebody that really be in the blogs. I don't be a part of all this extra shit. I don't be on podcasts and doing all that. Like that just wasn't my thing. Um, it's becoming my thing now, but I mean, the hate that comes with it is ridiculous, like ridiculous. Like I kid you not, the first episode after the first episode came out, granted, I hated it, hated. I really have probably only like two or three of my looks that I've seen thus far on the show yet. But the first one, I absolutely hated it and had a wardrobe malfunction. It dress was because the dress was white. I didn't want to try it on beforehand, and so as soon as I went and got my makeup done, I put the dress on and I realized, oh my god, bitch, this hoe is really tight and really short. Oh fuck. And I didn't have no other options, so I was just like, okay, well, bitch, I'm at the makeup artist place. Like gotta go. So I hopped in the black truck and then went to the filming or whatever, and I was just like, gotta make it do what it do. My boss was never out. That's the fucking lie.
Period.
Because I'm like,
Okay.
it's like I was wearing a whole girdle. If I was wearing a girdle, there's no way that they would have been out and I would not have been able to feel it. Sorry, not just it just wasn't. Now, could you say my shirt was my dress was really short? Yes, it was really short, bitch. It was really short. I bet you could imagine my boss right there because bitch was short, but bitch they played. Um,
It's like shout out to the comments. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments, but the outfit was cute. I think it was like the wig that was kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, and then even then, like, okay, so the wig hated the wig, but it was supposed to give like some pushback, like wet look. It just was by the time I got to filming, it wasn't giving what it gave the night before. Um,
okay.
I've had a couple slip ups or whatever, charged it to the game, charged it to my heart, bitch, but them comments don't let me breathe. They don't let up on me at all. Bitch, I'd be like, God damn. Bitch, just make it bitch. Oh no, what I was saying was that so after the first episode when Evie had did her first review on me, Evie review, shout out to her. I think that was the most like wrenching like review I had received at that time. And I had broke down. I called Markel and I was like, I'm not strong enough for this. I don't think I could do this. Like I'm not cut out for this. This ain't for me. I definitely had to like mentally get my mind together because it's like just so many people bashing me. Just like, girl, okay. But he was like, he talked me through it or whatever. Thank God. And I'm just pushing through it, trying to get through these motherfucking scenes.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's in like the comments. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watching. But yes, Magic Johnson said, "Chloe, we are stars from something. Don't feel bad." So I literally they just took the words right out of my mouth. I wanted to say like you being a new face to like this franchise. I feel like it's all about evolving and evolution, kind of like a caterpillar to a butterfly type of situation. So I would just from watching episode one to like now, like your looks have become like more interesting, baby. The looks with the contacts, the purple contacts, baby. We're gonna talk about that because
Oh
I need
my
to know where you got
God.
them damn contacts from.
They
Where did
was
you get
not
them contacts
purple.
from?
They was not
There
purple.
wasn't
They was green. But
green.
they was green. What happened was, we're in the green screen, so they took the color out of my eye and put whatever was in the background, and it was pink or
Okay,
purple.
got you.
Bitch,
Okay.
I've got so many comments. People are like, "Where the fuck did you get them?" Like, where the hell did you get them goddamn contacts? I'm like, they were really green. Oh, they're the ones I got in my eye now. You see the
Okay.
green?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know it's crazy. Damon is like a audio video master tech, so he would have explained that to me like, oh, it's green screen. Like, no, she doesn't have purple eyes in her head. It's okay, so that's interesting. Like, but yeah, I did want to say like your looks have becoming they're starting to grow on me, baby. Like you turn up
My looks
you
are
keep the
my
girls
looks.
out. They're unique. You keep the girls out. And I
Yeah. Oh
love
yeah.
that. If
I
you're gonna do
definitely.
nothing else, you're gonna keep the girls out. But yeah, your looks are they're your look. They're unique. They're your creative look. They're growing on me. I'm not mad at it. Somebody who can express himself, period. But somebody who can express himself and just live comfortably in their truth, I feel like that's you, Chloe. So, um, like I was saying, I feel like it's all about evolution. So I would love to see you just evolve. I feel like we have been seeing you evolve. So I would love to see further progression. But that kind of leads me to my next point. And G Baby Who Baby, shout out to G Baby Who Baby. Would you do another season? Would you continue to evolve with the Chasey Dallas franchise?
I would. I most definitely would. Although it has been rather difficult, I definitely feel like it's a blessing. Like, see me, I'm somebody I've always had tough skin, and a reason why I felt like so comfortable to share my story with these people was because I had watched a couple episodes of different seasons or whatever, and I felt like nobody told like the authentic truth of like what it's like to be born and raised in Dallas. Like nobody has given it up the way it needed to be given up. Everybody hid behind these lifestyles or lives that they put together for a show, and I just wanted to give me like raw, uncut, unapologetic, like just me. And I took I took Markel and them to a couple places to shoot some scenes, and they were gagging. They were like, "Oh, bitch, what is this? Where we at?" Like, I was like, "Baby, you're in Dallas. This is part of being in Dallas, bitch. Y'all got to see the trenches. Y'all got to see everything, and y'all are gonna get to see that." I didn't hold back anything. Like, I went through legal matters on camera. I went through my character being defamed on camera. I go through a lot of shit on camera, and it's just like I just put my all out there just to be judged. But I would do it again. Yes, I would.
Okay,
I would.
period. I kind of want
I
to
just wish the
go
comments would
back
let
to
up on
something.
me just a little bit.
Okay, that's kind of what I wanted to speak on. So I didn't want to backtrack, but the comments you said that like some of the comments are been like negative and harsh. Like, do you have any steps or like kind of any like remedies that you kind of use to kind of decompress after going through the comments and seeing so much like hate and negativity?
Um, no. To be honest, I've always been like a bigger girl. I've always been like I don't feel like I ever had it easy, bitch. I've always been the one that they always picked on me. I was always like the butt of everybody's joke. I was the underdog, really, and I'm used to being like the underdog. And I think a lot of people count me out, and a lot of people have negative things to say about me, but ain't nobody giving it up like me. Like I just they not fucking with me, and I know it. Like bitch, I'm just like girl. If y'all were y'all keyboard gangsters, if y'all were on the other side of this motherfucking screen and y'all came and got a piece of this, y'all would be acting a lot differently. And I just wish people would understand, like I'm human just like anybody else, and I'm just like your sister or your brother, your auntie. Like,
Hmm.
how would you feel if one of your family members was being drugged like that on YouTube? Like, for what? Y'all don't like my looks, so be it. Okay, well then if you don't like it, help me pay for some more. Buy me a wig. I mean, shit. If y'all gonna have such an opinion, bitch, help a bitch out. Hello.
Facts.
But
That's this period. I think keyboard warriors or like the internet does. I think aside from Christians,
granted,
but we're not here to talk about Christians.
granted, y'all
They are
can,
some of
and
the biggest
especially for the
hypocrites.
reviewers, I appreciate people giving their honest opinions. An opinion is one thing, stating how you feel or how you think something that's one thing, but bashing somebody and tearing somebody down is a little redundant and it gets a little ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I'm not opposed to people critiquing me or people giving me constructive criticism at all. Like, bitch, because I'm human, I can grow from it. Like, I'm not stuck in my ways. I'm not like that type of person where I feel like I know everything. No, I don't. If I can learn, I'm going to learn. And if I could be taught something, oh, I'm going to sit there and get taught. So don't take it like that. But just it's just how you package it up, how you bring it to somebody. Like there's a nice way to tell somebody something rather than bashing them.
Okay,
I'm
period.
reading the comments though.
So other than like yourself, is there like another cast member? Do you feel that there another cast member that you feel embodies like the chasing aspect of this show? Like, is there somebody else on the show who you feel is just like a go getter? Like, if you
Currently,
could, yeah, if you could, if somebody mirrored you on the show, if you could say, oh, like this person's my twin on the show, who would that person be?
no, I don't have no twin on this show. There's nobody that could match my motherfucking Chase.
Oh,
But
period.
but I would say shout out to the big three because we definitely have an equal Chase. I feel like our Chase and our stories are definitely like one to listen to, and that would be me, Mother, and Donnie. It's kind of weird to put us all three in the same category, but I feel like we definitely bring it this season, and we're definitely the ones to watch out for. The other three that feel like they're the big three, the biggest three, they can cut it.
I agree. Like Donnie, you and Donnie are really doing it for me. More so, Donnie just. I feel like this season is
Johnny has got a lot
Donnie
of like
heavy.
he was really like filming scenes, bitch, and it was crazy because halfway through the season when we had our meeting, girl, Marquette was like, "Girl, Donnie done filmed the most out of everybody," and I was just like, "Bro, how is that?" And he ain't been invited to nothing. I'm just trying to make
Hmm.
make it make sense, but he was like pushing it in the scenes as he was going through. Like, girl, he was pushing them in, bitch. Oh, y'all not gonna invite me to y'all stuff? It's okay. I'm gonna do my own. And that's pretty much how he got through this whole season. No
I get
data.
that, and that's why I like live for Donnie. Like you and Donnie are, like I said, no shade to like the other new faces, like the other newbies, but you and Donnie are just kind of y'all embody chasing. Like
To
y'all
be
living
and
y'all
to be
truth.
honest, to be price make, I know Markel was on another interview, like a podcast thing or whatever. He was telling them that like I was probably the most vulnerable, the most authentic, the
Hmm.
most like I let them in the most like into my personal business. I don't think that I think that me and Donnie are the only ones that really did that. I kind of let y'all know like what we've been through, our struggles and stuff like that, really authentically, and not just be like, oh, it may be this or maybe that or whatever. And another thing that I noticed this season was that nobody really had anything at their house. I was the only person that invited somebody into my house, my home, to film. Like everybody else, they're all meeting up at restaurants and stuff like that. I was like, girl. So that alone let me know. Okay, well then y'all not comfortable with the people knowing like you.
Right. Well, it's probably that Trey Howard effect. You know, he invited the cast, what was it, a couple seasons ago to his home, and they ended up twirling in the lobby. But
No.
I do respect
Oh yeah,
you.
that was Trey Howard. That was Trey Howard.
Yep. Was that last
Okay.
season I think it was season? I
No,
can't
that was
remember.
like two
But yeah,
seasons ago. It was 2 seasons.
yep.
Yeah.
He invited them. Yep. And then they ended up fighting in his house. But when did the change of heart for Donnie happen? Because I know at the beginning of the season when he rumbled with Rio in that parking lot, you was on his ass. I was like, ooh, when did the change of heart happen? When did you become like
I think that
something
so
for
it really
Donnie?
happened like it really happened during this scene. I think actually the this past because I was just so tired. Mind you, I went through the whole thing with mother, and she kept not inviting me to things, and I was just like, girl, that is so late. Like, girl, stop showing up to my shit if you're not gonna invite me to yours. You know what I'm saying? And stop being a call sheet hoe. Call sheet hoe. Um, so after that happened or whatever, and then we got to like the scene where I was filming it with Zesty, Kelly, and Lamont and Rio. We was at that pink restaurant,
Hmm.
and they was talking about the Reckless Sauce party. I was like, well, bitch, I'm gonna invite Donnie. Like, I'm gonna make sure he comes, cause like, girl, y'all not finna keep excluding him. Like, that's not fair. That's not right. And I hadn't even really just had a conversation with him yet, because every time I tried to have a conversation with him, it just seemed like it was too fucking much. I was like, but I did give him a chance or whatever. So, but that's when it was. I was just like, bitch, y'all need to stop doing that. He gave Mean Girls. He gave like, oh, you can't sit at the table with us. Oh, like, girl, y'all is not that. Y'all is not that, bitch.
I agree. I agree. A lot of false confidence and a lot of
Yeah.
cast members this season. But so I'm assuming the last group event or the last time that you guys were all together as a group was the night that Donnie and Rio fought. Was that like the last group outing that he was invited to, or the last?
Yeah, that was the last thing he was invited to. Yeah, but like he didn't
Damn.
go to the pink party. He wasn't invited to skating, which nobody showed up to. He wasn't invited to he was invited to the mood board because that was mother's thing. He was he went to the fucking thing. I think I wasn't able to go to that. It was something else he didn't get invited to, and I was just like, girl, no, that's late. I think it was just like that meeting and something else. Yeah, but they were deliberately like making it known like, oh no, he's not allowed. He's not allowed. I was like, bitch, he's on the cast. Like, girl, how is he not? How y'all not gonna allow this person to be there? He didn't apologize to y'all. Y'all, and even that was after even the apology. And I was like, girl, he didn't apologize to y'all and everything. Like, girl, let that man come on.
I was gonna ask that, and it's funny how them dragging out this storyline, it eventually ended up shooting them in the foot because Donnie's like a fan favorite. Like you said, Donnie created his own lane because he wasn't being invited to group functions. So like
Yeah.
they were obsessed with Donnie, and now they on a show called Chasing, and we really don't see like much chasing. So
We
like
don't
no
see
shade
nothing. We don't see
to
nothing from them. Like I'm just like
for real, for real. That's
I really was thinking that people was pushing out scenes. Like I thought people was doing personal scenes and letting people like what none of that, baby. These people were so dry this season, no shade.
so we
So
are 8 episodes in.
I
Do
was
you
gonna say
have a
if they was to bring anybody back, I'd say that they need to bring back me, mother, and Donnie. Boom,
wait? Bring back who?
me, mother, and Donnie, and let us fuck it up and then scratch the rest of the cast.
I agree. I agree. Let me make sure I'm in. Ted Lee. Bring back Ted Lee is like a friend of the
As
show,
a friend of the
and
show, yeah,
yeah,
he
and
can
that was
him and Jay can be a friend of the show. No shade.
Jack can no shade. I don't want to seem biased against, but I've always kind of had this
Love
opinion
hate.
on Jeff even since Jet debuted on Chasing Reality. But I just kind of feel like Jet can stay where he's at. Like his work ethic in terms of like his music, I feel like that's interesting. But this season has just been like I have friends, I have backup, so I could like be this mean girl and I could do this extra shit. And this, I don't really have to focus on my music since I have backup. I could be a mean girl now because I have backup, so I don't have to do shit else. So
I
Jet
kind of got
lost me
this
this
sense. I
season.
had got this sense of feeling like he was very. I don't want to say he felt like he was up here and like people was lower than him, but he definitely gave
It's
off
very
like this
much
kind
that.
of. Yeah, okay, that's kind of what he gave off. He kind of gave off like, girl, I'm that girl, and y'all not really fucking with me, but I'm gonna come in whenever I feel like it. And you know what? Let me just say this. I kind of feel like that's why nobody really showed up to the
Skating.
skating party because like Jet hadn't showed up to none of our stuff, which he only came to like his party and then nothing else. He didn't come to he didn't come to my karaoke thing. He didn't come to mother's thing. He didn't like he don't show up for people. So I wasn't gagging that nobody showed up to his thing. No shade. I really wasn't.
I think somebody had said that. Jet is
I think no. I
good
think
on
Zesty said it on the thing for next week if I'm not mistaken. Or it might
yeah,
be.
that
I know
Destiny
what you're
said
talking
that
about.
Jet doesn't support him. I was like, oh, that's crazy, Mr. Top Tier
Yeah, Miss Top Tier. Yeah, girl. No.
talking about loyalty, and I'm so that's what makes me think like a lot of these friendships on these shows is just like coworkers. We're cordial, like
Well, to my knowledge, I believe Zesty and Jet were friends prior to the show. They were friends prior to the show. Um, Rio Rio and them just met. Mind you, side note, I really thought that Mother and Jayla at the time, I thought that they knew each other before the show and they didn't, and it gagged me. They have this weird connection where, not weird, I don't want to say weird. They have this, it seems authentically genuine. Like, it's like they homegirls. Like, it's like, I thought they knew
yeah,
each other. But no, they didn't.
okay, yes, period. Okay, that's interesting that they clicked on it. What is your relationship? Do you have a relationship with Jayla? Because she hasn't been as active and present on this show as I thought she was gonna be.
Right, I'm gagging too. I really thought some of these people was gonna pull through, but I don't know. I do have a. I told you, Jayla was one of the people I hang out with outside the show.
Right, right,
Um,
right, right. Okay.
Early down, I think that she does come out a little bit more towards the end. I think that everybody kind of was coasting through, not expecting it to take an abrupt end. And girl, once Markel was like, "Oh, baby, we wrapping up the season," girl, I was like, "Already?" Yeah.
So how long did you guys film for? Like when did the season start filming and when did you guys stop filming?
We started filming like towards the last week of December, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. The end of December, and then we stopped filming maybe the second week of March. So I think it was like 2.5 months we was filming, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Okay. So this episode. So let me ask this: when did Donnie? What in real time? What when did Donnie make the comment towards Zesty?
December-ish. It had to be back in December.
And this episode, do you remember what when y'all were filming the time frame?
This is right after this episode is Valentine's Day or right before Valentine's Day, so this is in February.
Damn. They literally.
Drug it on for a month. Yeah,
Oh my god, a month
yeah,
and a
it was.
half is going to be honest.
Yeah, it was. They
That's
drug it on for a month.
crazy.
Cause,
And
cause even, yeah, yeah, it was a month.
I don't want to invalidate their feelings, but yeah, it's kind of being dragged out, especially if Donnie apologized. Y'all have fought, both of them have fought Donnie. Like,
Yeah, like y'all
so
done all
anyway,
this ass. Yeah, it's a lot.
that's just crazy. So I did want to ask, we're 8 episodes in season 6, Chasing Dallas. Do you have any standout moments or any like moments that have like just favorite moments so far that we've seen on camera?
Do I have any moments that what do you mean by that? Like that I feel like stood out for me?
Yeah, so like I know you had the solo karaoke performance, which I feel like you did that. Giving Faith Evans. So shout out to that. But yes, so your karaoke performance or
I say that was a standout moment. The me giving the mother the sweater will that was that same night. That was a moment. Um,
Oh
and I
my
have a couple.
gosh.
We
Oh my
actually have a
gosh.
really good moment, cool moment coming up with. It's gonna be me and the girls, all the girls. Oof. We get together, whatever. I think it comes on next episode. That's gonna be a moment. And then you see me shoot what's called with the silly string. That was definitely a moment. We ain't got there
I
yet.
keep that.
We ain't got
I
there
keep
yet
that.
though. But no, I
Crazy.
definitely had a couple moments I feel like that have stood out to me. Nevertheless, I feel like the comments have kept me relevant throughout this whole season. Even if I barely was even in an episode, the comments have let me know, bitch. Oh, you was there,
Which cast member do you feel like is chasing the least?
Kelly.
Oh, Miss Von Dust, you are a key. You are a key. I okay. Why do you say Kelly?
Um,
I
should I say Kelly?
I would say the other half of the
Have
B
you seen have
team.
you seen her have you seen her chase anything? I mean, besides trying to lay my baby hairs down, trying to curl Rachel's crusty wig. I mean, like, come on now. I mean, I just ain't seen too much chase, and you're still the hairstylist, girl. I'm just wanting to see where it's at.
I I I I agree. I second that. I was gonna say the BT, yeah, Kelly, or I was gonna say Lamont. And I
No,
don't
I
want
actually,
this to be like I don't want like people to think, oh, because like he has Chloe on, like he could be messy and talk shit. No, I'm been saying this, but Lamont made the statement that no, he even made the same statement this episode. Nobody chases Dallas harder than me.
yeah,
So
that's completely false. But there's a caveat to that. There's a caveat to that. So I actually like Lamont. Lamont is a really sweet person. Um, what I will say, he was present throughout the whole season. He was there. He was in every scene, damn near. But my biggest thing was that he was not vocal during the scenes, or he just rode the fence too much. Like he never really just hops on nobody's side. Like he's always just like a middleman to me. Like he's not going to agree or disagree with anybody, and that kind of it's boring. And we're on TV, like, you gotta at least pinch a bitch, or shake a bitch up or something. Like, you ain't got no conflict with nobody, bitch. Like, girl, what you doing? You gotta pick with
I
somebody. Pick with a roach or something, bitch. Pick with somebody.
or just I live for like
If you're
brothers.
not gonna pick with somebody, have something interesting to talk about, or have
Yeah,
something interesting
yeah.
going on,
Just
or
let
whatever.
your craft speak for you. I feel like you do that, and Donnie does that. Like your graphic designer, your t-shirts. You like called Kelly. You're making shirts, and then we saw like your advertisements for the shirts. So like. if I don't prefer, or I don't want people to come on these platforms and feel like, oh, like me being in an argument or me fighting is what's gonna make me entertaining. And it's like, no, if you're on a show called Chasing and you say like, if I say I'm a barber, I'm gonna showcase my talent as a barber. And like Lamont's a barber, shout out to all the black barbers. I love black barbers. But yeah, I just would have every other episode somebody would have been in a barber shirt getting a lineup or
I would say though, shout out. I'm gonna give you this. This is exclusive, okay? Shout out to Lamont because he ate up my hairstyle for the reunion.
okay, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Cause listen, I want to see some work. But I will say that the lineup that he gave the model,
Yeah.
you and Kelly was crushing hard on that model this episode. The lineup and the cut, the designs that he gave the model this episode, I was like,
Was it
okay,
just hold on? Was it just me or did that model not look like JC on steroids?
he did. Are you talking about JC from last season?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Now that you
I
mention
was
it,
like,
yes, he did.
I kept saying, damn, he looked like
He
JC.
did.
No, no shade. I kept saying it though. I kept saying it. I was like, okay.
Trey Carter said, "Mother Kelly was chasing mother down for his government name."
Yes, she was.
Very much that. Very much that.
And I didn't agree with that whole thing. Like I was like, girl, we are transsexuals, girl. Why would you sit here and try to hound him about his name or whatever? Like, girl, let that man live and call
She
him what
can't
he
wait
wanted
for
to be called. Like it wasn't that big a deal to me. Like I was just like, girl, y'all dragging it.
so I can't believe they literally dragged out. Shout out to Spicy Original. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Yes, cannot wait to see all the goddamn reunion looks. So pre-reunion, I'm asking you now. I'm asking you this now, Mother Von Dutch. Who do you
Yeah.
think will, other than yourself, who do you think would be best dressed at the reunion? I'm gonna say Ted Lee.
Mm,
I feel
yeah.
like Ted Lee
No,
might
no,
show
I
up.
think no. To be honest, okay. So we haven't filmed the reunion yet. We haven't filmed it yet. But I think that Jed Jeff is gonna come step in. I think he's gonna come with a look. Um,
Okay.
I definitely
What?
think that the Mother Active and Kelly, if they knew what was best for them, they might want to come with a look if they're trying to be on next season. Um, um,
so no sisterhood this season.
no, it's a little sisterhood, I guess. If that's what you want to call it, I don't know. Y'all just have to wait and see. 'Cause, girl, sometimes I feel like we good, but then sometimes I feel like, girl, mm-mm. But I think that also comes into the thing because I'm not a girl's girl. Like I'm not like I was raised around a whole bunch of boys. Like I was a goddie coming up in the game, and that was a house full of boys, and there was no real femme queen presence around me or whatever. You'll get to my story. Like it gets kind of deep, but I'm just not around, used to being around girls, so I'm not a girly girl. Like I'm not like a girl's girl. Like mm-mm. Y'all keep that catty shit over there. Y'all try to sleep with people's mans and stuff like that, bitch. I will beat you up and ask questions later. How you doing?
Period. Okay. So I'm gonna speak on you and Robert Ray. Shout out to Robert Ray. How did you and Robert Ray meet? I know this your father
Yeah, that's my
or
daddy. One of my gay
your
daddies.
dad. Okay.
I have several gay daddies, but he is one of them. We're
Yes.
actually in the same mainstream house. We're gorgeous Gucci's together. So
Okay.
that's kind of where our thing kind of came into play. But I've known him. He's a Dallas native, so I've known him. He's known me since I was a little baby. Like I think I was 15 or 16 years old when I hit the scene, and he was out in the scene at the same time. So like we've known each other for
Yes. Okay.
10 plus years.
Period. So did he give you kind of any advice or kind of like just words of encouragement before you started filming this season on like what to
He
expect
did.
or kind of how to navigate?
He did. He definitely did. I remember when I got the call from Markel that I was on the season or whatever. I think I talked to Robert Ray like that day. I think I had a conversation with him or whatever. He let me know that he wasn't going to be a part of the season, or he wasn't on the season, but he was going to be popping in and what's kind of expected. He definitely gave me pointers and things like that. Did I listen to him? No, because he told me I read the comments, bitch, and I went straight for the comments, girl. Shout out to him. I was just with him yesterday though. Like, oh, it's like I hang out with him outside the show, so that's 6 people. Yeah, six.
Okay, period. Yeah, shout out to that. Okay, so your dating life. What's who's on the front burner for Mother Von Dutch?
I do have a boyfriend.
Yeah, okay.
I do have a boyfriend. I guess you could say. Girl, I don't know.
Were
Um,
you
but
um were you guys together? Is this new or were you guys together while you were filming the show?
we worked together during filming, but I did not show him. I did not bring him. I do not bring him on the show. I was not mentally ready for that. I actually almost brought him to the damn Valentine's thing because he was supposed to come with me, and then we had got into it right before, and I was like, "Fuck it, I don't want you coming," because I was feeling like, but you were feeling it way too much, trying to get way too cute for a camera. It's only one cute like that. He's light skinned like me, so I'm like, girl, no, can't do it. Uh, So
Dang.
yeah, I wasn't comfortable with showing him on camera, not this season. And to be honest, if I'm on next season, bitch, you probably won't see him next season because girl, the way y'all ate me up, I would not allow y'all to do that to my man. Some things you gotta leave for yourself. Some things you just gotta kind of yeah. I feel like I did enough expressing what I was going through with my ex and things like that. Like I felt like that was enough for y'all to fucking rip me up about.
Goodness. And I do want to thank you for sharing your story about being a survivor of domestic violence and
Yeah.
also sharing your story about, your hustle and how you had to support yourself and feed yourself. So
Yeah.
that's why I said the first couple episodes of this season, you were my favorite because I loved your transparency and your vulnerability. So do you do you kind of mind sharing how um
How what?
you were introduced to
Sex work.
yes. I couldn't think of the word.
Okay.
I was having a brain fart.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So I'm gonna give y'all the real quick version of it because it could be long and drawn out. Okay. So I was actually introduced to sex work because I was working a job. I was working at HD Supply as a quality control manager. I was in the fabrication department, driving forklifts and stuff like that. I ended up getting fired from my job because they said I was a distraction. Mind you, when I started that job, I was a butch queen, and as I went through the job and got higher up, I became a film queen, and I started transitioning or whatever. And they was like, "No, ma'am, no, 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 no," and they fired my ass. So I had to figure out something to do. So I did my first. I did a flick. Yeah, I did a flick first because I was in like 8 or 9 porn films. Um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, and then I slowly worked my way into being an escort or whatever, and then it stuck, and I was making guap, and I was traveling, and I was surviving, and it just happened. Granted, I'm 30 years old now, been doing it for almost 12 years, I feel like. So I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to figure something else out. Like, I'm like, bitch, I don't want to do this rest of my life because it's impossible to have a healthy relationship while doing that. It's just nothing is healthy about it. Yeah. And that's my biggest thing because I want to be in love. Like I want to feel love. Like I want love, and that's all I've been wanting. And I feel like I can never find it in the right places. Like I feel like I always kind of go, or I always sacrifice my feelings for somebody else's, and that's be so unfair to me sometimes.
So do you think that kind of affects or does that affect the relationship that you have with your kids? Like you kind of looking for love to kind of like know how to show love to your kids?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could see why that would be a fact. I think that with my kids though, I very much so am the type of person or parent that learn by what I say, not what I do. Don't follow,
Mhm.
don't follow what I do. Don't follow my footsteps. Like I don't push my kids to prostitute. I don't push them to like to go down that path. Like no, I want them to steer away, steer clear from that. I'm trying to help y'all, so y'all don't have to go through like what I went through or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't condone things like that. Like the things that I did when I was growing up. Granted, you don't have to learn. You don't have to learn from my. You can learn from my mistakes. You don't have to make the same mistakes that I made.
Right.
I've been there, done that. I've done it a lot. Now, granted, sometimes they don't listen to me. Sometimes they want to bump their head and figure it out themselves, which that's normal. But as long as they heard my story, my testimony, and get to see what I went through, I feel like that's enough. I feel like it's enough.
So between being like a house mother and like a girlfriend and just Chloe? Like, how do you balance all of that? Like, how much time do you actually have, like, just for Chloe, where you're
Not a
just
lot, not a lot. I, so for me, okay, I've been a part of ballroom since 2013. Is when I came out and I walked my first ball. So I've been a part of ballroom for a long time. I created my house though 4 years ago. Well, I helped create this region, this part of the region, 4 years ago, and we've had our ups and downs. Like as far as we have our seasons, or part of the season where it's really hectic. We're traveling, we're hitting these balls, and then we'll have a couple months that it'd be like sporadic, or it'd be like spread it out. So ballroom really kind of is a hit and miss for me, and then I really don't hit the floor that much often. I pretty much do like the effects. I make my kids effects. I do all the behind the scenes work. I make sure all my kids are, because I feel like I've done that. I've lived my dream. I've done what I wanted to do with ballroom, and so now I'm here to like kind of help and cultivate and groom them to like kind of be the people that they want to be. And that be my biggest thing is like I just want them everybody to be successful. And so I try to
yeah.
push my kids to kind of get out there and if I got to make their fakes or I got to do this and do that, I do it because I want to see everybody cross the finish line. I don't want to be the only one that's crossed it.
Period. I absolutely love like how big your heart is, and I think I find it so interesting and almost unique for like somebody who has kind of had the hardships that you've had or had endured to be so just giving and warming, and there's no disconnect. I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't lack empathy. You know how to empathize.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting, and like it's not crazy, but it's like really it's a unique trait.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really
I know.
unique
I
trait.
get what you're saying. I think it's weird. I think I'm a little different from people, or what people expect of me because I was raised a little differently. My mom was a single mom. I'm her only child. I'm spoiled riding on that side. But then my dad, I have five sisters on my daddy's side. I was the first person, the first child he had, or whatever. And I was blessed, I guess you could say, when it came to my family in a sense. Um, and so it kind of made my mom's side of the family made my transition and everything so much easier and like whew, it was yeah, they helped me a lot. Granted, everybody don't have supporting people or families or parents that support them in their transition.
Right.
So I think that played a part in why I am the way I am. And then also with me not growing up with like siblings in my household, I was always like by myself. I didn't know how to share. That's what's crazy. Is that I don't know how to share. Like I'll sit here and I'll play my video games. So I'm a big gamer. A lot of people don't know I be playing the game all day, every day. I got an Xbox,
Yes.
PlayStation. So if y'all want to play me
Me
on
too.
Fortnite and all
Yeah,
that,
shout out to all
I'm
the
on
gamers out
CLD all day. But
there.
I'm on
Yes.
Twitch and all that. I do everything. So I think that my boyfriend he be telling me all the time. He's like, you don't ever want to share the game. You don't ever want to play no two-player games. That's because I learned how to play by myself. I don't need to play with you.
Hmm. Period.
but yeah, that is
Period.
a weird trait in me because I do kind of have selfish. I have selfish moments. I feel like I do have selfish moments, but for the most part, I am a really giving person. And I was raised by my mama, and my mama was always a people pleaser. She always wanted to see people happy. She thrived off of making people happy. I think that's what it was. Was that my mom thrived off of people making people happy, and I think I get that from her, unfortunately.
Okay. I think yeah, like I said, I think it's really unique, and it's really dope as fuck that, like I said, you're so warming and just outpouring of love. But
Yeah,
I had a question, and
and
I just hit a
some
brain
hate
fart.
comes with it too. Though.
Um,
Just believe I'm a bitch too.
oh goddamn, it was on the goddamn topic. I just had a brain fart. I'm sorry. Stay with me, people.
I
So
am.
on that goddamn brain fart. Again, shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that's going to watch this on the playback. We have Mother Chloe Von Dutch
Was we
of
gonna talk
Chasing
about this
Dallas.
episode at all, or we just gonna talk about me?
Well, I kind of got to make up for it because you know we were supposed to interview
Right.
last week, And
Right.
so, it's kind of make up for it. But shout out to you, Chloe. Thank you for being here. I actually was about to start the review for this still last episode
Yeah,
of
I'm
Chasing
sure it's not gonna
Dallas.
take us too long. We're gonna get right through it because we go to
Yeah, it's this episode didn't really give much. I said the season started off good, but this episode was just a lot of sit downs. In my opinion, allegedly, I'm convinced that 80% of the cast is sucking or fucking somebody in production, and that's how they got their spot. That's how they're keeping their spot on the season. Cause outside of Donnie, a lot of people don't have much going on. It's a lot of, oh, I
a lot of
bartend.
a
We
lot
don't
of
see
shoulda coulda
drinks.
woulda, a lot of shoulda coulda woulda. Oh, I wish I woulda did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that. Very much that. So, season 6, episode 8, Chasing Dallas apology tour. We open with Chloe, mother Chloe Von Dutch, Lamont, and Kelly on a photo shoot. Lamont is on a photo shoot for a calendar that he created. Another talent or another um
We'll call him JC lookalike.
with the JC lookalike. So yeah, Lamont's on a photo shoot, and I was like, oh, it would have been dope to know to see him do more work on the calendar. But I said shout out to Lamont being a black barber. Y'all get into the drama. Um, Before you get into the drama, you kind of came for Lamont for being 35 plus.
Okay, hold on. Let me talk about that because they had drugged me for that. So in the moment, like it was just a key. It was supposed to be like a key. I was not expecting people to take me in this age thing so seriously and be like so ages like girl. It was just a key. I'm for one. I'm grateful and thankful to be 30 years old in this scene because that's really like 60 years old to be honest in gay years. Like I'm grateful and I'm thankful. So let's not. I'm not gonna act like that. I was just keying with him because one, he does not look like he's 37 years old. For one, he does not look like he has a child that is damn near my age. Well, not damn near my age. I think it's like 23 or 24, if I'm not mistaken. Like it just doesn't get there. Like when I look at him, he looks young, fit. Like he just looks. I just was not expecting 37 to come out of his mouth. I wasn't. And it really was gagging me because he was like, he kept saying he was the oldest person on the cast. And I was like, girl, are you really? Like, yeah, I'm the oldest one. I was like, damn, older than Tedley?
As silly as a goddamn key.
So,
But
so I mean, it was not supposed to be like a oh bitch 37, if you're 37 plus you're old, or it was not given that. Like I was just making light of the situation. It was just a key. Y'all
I took
bitches
it.
don't let the bitch key.
Yeah, I took it as a joke. I think it was just another reason for the internet words, the internet does keyword words to just attack you. So that's just
Yeah,
how I took it.
yeah.
But you guys talk about the division of the group, and I personally feel like the division in the group stems from Jet having backup dancers and want to be a mean girl. Like this-
I definitely feel like the divide was very evident from the beginning. It felt like it was separated. But here goes my caveat to it because at first I felt like when Jayla, Rachel, Sean and them had came in together to the pink party, at that moment I felt like automatically I felt like, oh, they was just outside talking about me. Something was
Mhm.
I read energy and something was just telling me, girl, they were just talking about me. And granted they was. And so at first I felt like that was where the divide was gonna be. I felt like it was gonna be me, Kelly Lamar versus them.
Mhm.
It
I
shocked the
I
shit
agree
out
with
of
that.
me when to come to find out, bitch, that it wasn't even, that wasn't even the divide.
Yep, it's the Peruvian prince and
Yeah.
his
Now,
people, and
granted, I
then
he a lot of the season I do feel like he kind of throws rock and hides his hand. He does a lot of poking the bear and then like, ooh, I don't know why they're upset. I don't know why they're doing this. Like but I don't feel like he did it all by himself. I feel like Mother played a part in it as well. Miss Amnesia, Miss. Oh, I got a steel foot looking at it. No, I'm just playing. Okay. But no, I feel like Mother played a part in it too because she was putting 10 on 2 with everything. She was gonna make. Mother was ready to make this a hot season. No shade. She came in swinging. Even if she had a fabricated girl, she was gonna say what she wanted to say. And
I can agree with
I just
that.
had to give it up to that. I had to chunk it up to that because I was like, okay, bitch, so you just gotta say whatever you want to say, regardless of if it's true or not. You just gonna blurt out whatever. Okay, got it. I'm gonna follow suit.
I definitely agree with that. Mother came in and shook the goddamn table. Another kind of new face who I felt. like drama was just gonna be like their storyline because it's like, why are you so goddamn aggressive and hostile all the time? But we wrapped the scene with you and Kelly oiling down JC on steroids. Let's say Bugs
And I was really
JC.
like, girl, did you got a home man? Why are you rubbing this man down with baby oil?
Did the model smell good? Do you remember what the model smelled like?
Ooh, I don't remember what he smelled like. But I didn't get no bad smells from him. I know that it was that fucking room was hot because it had we was in like a close off room, and it was a real fireplace with freaking fire, like right behind where he was taking pictures, and it was burning up in there. We
Goodness.
was all burning. It was burning.
God damn.
Yeah.
I feel your pain. Ooh, goodness. So we go to the next scene. Jeff and his bestie. I said personally, this scene was not needed because
Now, can we
there
be
was
for
no.
real? Can we be for real? Like, girl, Jeff, is that really your bestie? Because, girl,
I-
it gave me,
It gave
I
Get
don't
Out.
know.
That's is what it gave.
Yeah, it gave Get Out. Yes, it gave
It's very.
Mama or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, very
And
much.
let me
Yeah,
tell you
it
some
didn't
AirPods.
seem.
Now, granted, I was in the comments reading, and so one of my homegirls. So while I was watching the show, side note, while I was watching the show yesterday, one of my homegirls, a Dallas native, she was like, "Oh, I know your Jeff boyfriend. He OnlyFans model. He be on OnlyFans and on Twitter." And this. I was like, "Oh, got it. That makes sense. You bought him. You're taking a page out of Telly book."
And then had the nerve to shade Ted Lee in this scene. So now that interest, that fact has been. Oh, I wish Damon was here. Shout out to Damon. Shout out to Yon. Not not Jet. Not Jet Jeff.
Yeah. Well, see, okay, so he didn't confirm it, but I do know for sure that the dude is an OnlyFans. Like he has OnlyFans content, and he's definitely one of the like, yeah, he's one of them.
It's T Ware from the Shit We Do for Love all over again. Shout out to
Yeah.
anybody who's ever watched the Shit We Do for Love.
But that's why Jet's homegirl or friend was like, I don't like him. No, I don't feel like it's good because she knew his
See,
background.
okay, because I was confused. I thought the dude that Jet was showing his best friend. I thought the two had messed around or something. So I was like, what's
No,
the big reveal?
no, it was the big deal was that the boy is the OnlyFans, like the OnlyFans girl.
I mean, to
I
each
don't know
his
if
own.
I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Oops.
Ooh, and look what's in the comments. Ooh, ooh, period. I mean, it's out there now.
Fuck it.
Jeff is shading Ted Lee for going through a divorce, and he's out here. I'm not sure if he's buying it,
It's
but
giving renttoman.com. No shade.
that's yeah, he's running that man. That's what it is. The-
They gave ooh,
okay,
I needed me a good old side piece, a good old piece of arm candy for the show. That's what it gave. Keep going.
okay, Mr. Top Tier. Speaking of being Mr. Top Tier, Jet is the only person that's screaming top tier. When Trey Howard was on the season a couple seasons ago, he was not screaming top tier. It was Jet. Last season, Keyshawn was not screaming top tier. It was Jet. So now
I feel
knowing or
like
not
I
knowing,
feel like
allegedly,
I'm here to snatch that Jeff top tier chain. It needs to be snatched this
please,
morning. No shame.
please, please, very much that. Out here paying for Peen on his show, and I can't believe that has just been revealed on his show.
Don't
Mm,
hold me to it, but yeah, my sources are very good, bitch. And I was like, "Are you sure?" Before I said something, I said, "Are you sure?" They said, "Yeah."
allegedly.
No, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Ooh, well, I have to say allegedly so we don't get hit with a
Oh,
cease and desist. That's happened before, baby. But
okay.
okay. Shout out to Jeff and his man, his OnlyFans man. So next scene, Donnie and Rio, they have a sit down. I said again, this was another scene that wasn't needed because they've already sat down and had this conversation.
How many times
Rio,
you gotta apologize
yeah,
for the same thing? I'm
they
tired.
basically what I said. This conversation is it's beating a dead horse. Rio has
Yeah.
apologized, fought him, apologized, and now y'all having another sit down.
And I'm
I
sorry,
thought,
I'm not apologizing to somebody that just whooped my ass. I'm sorry. We're not. That's not happening. Bitch, you need to give me an apology for whooping my ass, and then maybe we could talk about something. But girl, no. Okay. No, it's not a thing.
I said this scene was very much useless. I thought Rio punched Donnie because Donnie had made another offensive remark. Turns out he just punched him because Donnie told Rio to shut the fuck up. So I said, not the biggest CEO out here acting a fool in these streets.
But is he really the biggest? Hmm. Okay.
I would say with this persona, with this energy, I don't think so. I feel
Yeah.
like every adult should know to conduct themselves with like some sort of
Cool.
maturity. Yeah, or like as a business owner, entrepreneur, CEO, some level of professionalism. You are here punching people for no reason. It's
And
like not
you
very
claim you've been doing
CEO
this since
like.
before the show and been doing it longer than anybody
Yeah,
else.
you are
Been
here
in business
punching
and been in
people
brand.
and kind of like the most rowdy of the bunch whenever there's like an altercation, when the
Which that
altercation
makes
really
sense.
doesn't focus
Involved.
or isn't, yeah, involved around. Anywho, they
Yeah.
have a conversation, they sit down, we learn from this scene that Donnie is in therapy to work through some insecurities. And I just want to note to Donnie, as much as I love you, homeboy, there is no such thing as an African king forehead.
Yeah.
I'm black
That's not a thing. That's not.
and I don't have I didn't feel any type of way about the comment about having a big forehead. Um
Can I say this real quick? Because I do want to make sure
Absolutely.
I say this publicly. I do feel like a lot of the things that he did reference throughout the season was like pulling shit out of your ass. Like, and I feel like it was to cover up what the things that you had said or something like that. And I don't feel like that was cool either. That's why like the whole thing about, oh, I can't be prejudiced or racist because I'm black and white. No, that's not a thing. Or you can still be prejudiced towards race. Let's stop all that. Like, and let's just stop all the race talk altogether. Like, bitch, are we not all a minority? Like, can we all not, bitch? Like, girl, come on. Like,
Very true. Very, very goddamn true. Um but again, Donnie was ignorant for making a comment. He apologized, and I love that for him. But they're kind of even bigger asses for letting this shit drag on this goddamn long.
mhm.
If we hear anything, or if I, as a viewer, hear anything else about the comment that Donnie made a fucking 4 months ago,
That we
I'm
still
probably
don't even
not
know.
gonna
That we
watch it.
still don't even know if he really made it, girl. Because I mean, mother, like I said, she put 10 on too, like she does everything else. So we just don't know. Shout out to the big three. I have to put that out there. Shout out to the big three though, because I don't need to be trying to jump on me, but girl.
Wait, so who is the big three?
Me, mother, and me, mother, and Donnie. I'm about to say Ted, but girl, bye.
Okay, you okay? Period. I love that. You, mother, and Donnie. Okay. So Ted Lee, next scene, Ted Lee on his HOA shit, and I said I would love to see Ted Lee sell a house on Wisteria Lane. Shout out to Desperate Housewives, baby. If you know, you know. But yeah, I would love to see Ted Lee sell a house on Wisteria Lane. I love Ted Lee, but I have a feeling that Ted Lee calls up his people and be like, "Hey, meet me at this vacant property so we can talk details." So it
I
kind of
can't
is
confirm
just a
or
little
deny that.
steamy right now.
I can't confirm or deny that, but I will say that I do. Teddy is a character. He's cool. He's cool in my book, but it very much so gives like, girl, come on now, cut the shit. Come on now, give
Hmm.
us a makeup wipe so we can shut the fuck up about it and move on. And then I'm like, girl, out of all the girls, out of all the girls you bring to do the makeup wipes or try the makeup wipes out, you don't even call the girl to wear makeup. Girl, you call the girls. What do you call mother? Mother don't wear no makeup. Oh wait, she does. I guess when she getting dragged and look like a gremlin.
Cole, you are a key. Yeah, Ted Lee is a goddamn fool. Either way it goes, I like to see Ted Lee kind of in his aura. If he's not selling the houses, just seeing him in the house and he knows about the house, I think that's cool. People are shading him for being tired and not having a man, but I guess him
If you could drag,
chasing these,
if you could drag this out for 3 seasons and still be comfortable in your skin, I'm okay with it. Hey, do whatever you would say you want to do.
yeah, you know, do what you do. It's chasing. He could be like somebody else, just sit around and talking drama when they could
Right.
be making drinks,
Hello.
bartending, and all of that, or making music videos. But shout out to Ted Lee.
Shout out to the bartenders with no alcohol. Now, what I will say though, I will say that his lip gloss is popping. I love the lip gloss, but girl, everything else can be it's a chop.
So, what was the situation with Zesty and Rachel at the Valentine's Day?
So, as we were wrapping up, and I think the cameras had already went down. I believe the cameras were going down, and then they pulled them back up because they started getting into it or whatever. And it was really like a sly comment. I think Rachel had made a comment saying, um, referencing him showing up with no liquor to her event, and he was supposed to be the bartender, the mobile bartender or whatever you're gonna call it. But then he had let her know, well, you didn't pay me, so you wasn't getting no liquor. So I was expecting you to bring the liquor. Mind you, all of us have brought a bottle ourselves. Like, bitch, I bought a bottle. Everybody bought a bottle. I don't even drink. But yeah, I guess he was. it was a miscommunication. But granted, I'm thinking, well, Jet Jet's supposed to be your girl. This is his party too. So, girl, you mean to tell me that nobody paid you? Looks like the top tier checks ain't clearing.
Hmm.
Clock that T.
Interesting. That's real, real interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you're here to clear that up.
And
So,
the chicken wing and the chicken wings was cold. Next question.
you did say the chicken wings were cold. Okay, so speaking of cold chicken wings, you Zesty, Rio, Lamont, and Kelly, you go to that bright ass taco venue.
La
Give us the
cucaracha.
yeah, well, give us the drop on that because I've never been to a taco establishment. I guess it's festive. So what's
Yeah,
the
it's
vibe
really
like in that
festive. It's
place?
actually really festive. It's really fast. It was my first time going there too. To my knowledge, I think they just opened up. If I'm not mistaken. I know Rio and them said that they have found the place on TikTok. It was like one of them places that you're supposed to visit in Dallas. That's what they did a lot of that. They did a lot of TikToking and oh we did try this place out and try this place out, and so that's how they would find all these different restaurants to go to. But it was so loud when we got there. It was okay. The day it was cold. It was so loud when we got in there, so we really weren't able to film too much inside the venue. I think we had caught little spurts of like silence or whatever, but the food was good. It was pretty.
That's good. So okay, shout out to that. So Rio invites y'all out because he wants to give y'all a personal invitation to an event that he's having in March with his records out. So what's this event? Like
Girl, I'm still trying to figure it out. What is this event? Let me stop being so shady. It's sup- it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be an event or whatever you want to call it. I mean, if you call it an event occupying a space for 20, 30 people and half of them are the cast, I mean, I guess you can call it an event. I mean, I don't know. Um, it was something that he put together, and y'all will see it. Y'all will see it soon.
okay, I how do you feel about people inviting you out to invite you places? Would you have preferred like the invite like that, or would you just do you prefer to invite through like email or text?
To me, it really don't matter. Probably email because email is easy to keep track with the dates and stuff and put it on my Google and then everything will keep it going because I be busy. Granted, I was like double booked because I was in Austin when the skating rink party had happened. And I was like, girl, I didn't even know I had a ball to go to. But yeah, Marquette does a really good job though with keeping us on track with like people's events and stuff like that. So really, people don't be having no excuses to not showing up to something if they were invited.
My
Um,
goodness.
and they do, and production does this really shady thing where they will make it to where you cannot see the people that are on the list. Sometimes you can see the number of people on the call sheet, but you can't see the names. So you don't know who's being called. If I was be like if it's like that, you'd be like, "Girl, now this might be a setup."
It's
Shout out to
definitely been a
production.
setup. Okay, yeah, chasing reality production is shady as fuck. That is the key. So just like I just going back, don't invite me out to talk about, or don't invite me out to give me an invite to,
A party. Y'all could do this over
yeah,
the phone. Oh no, they could do that over the phone. And then y'all
yeah,
not gonna pay for my tacos either, bitch. Please.
yeah. So like you said, like y'all was kind of, how long were y'all in the restaurant before you kind of had to leave because you said they were sold out?
No, no, they weren't
Or
sold out. It was just loud. It was loud. You couldn't
loud,
hear
loud,
in
loud.
there.
Okay,
Me and the mom were actually the first ones there, and we were there waiting for them for like 20 or 30 minutes. And we had ate chips. We had ate like two bowls of chips already. It was feeling like a date night kind of a little bit. It was feeling like a little date for us, and then they just showed up late.
okay. Period. Definitely invite me over a phone. I mean, I guess going out for tacos is always a key, but
Yeah, if you gonna pay
invite me
for
to
it,
an event. Ooh, ooh,
bitch, I
because
have to use
yes.
my gas and my coin. But y'all could do something wrong.
Very true. Don't invite me out and don't pay for my goddamn food. That's fucking problem. And then be late?
Yeah.
No, you didn't be late. Anywho, so the final scene of this episode, Donnie and Zesty sit down. So I'm kind of I feel bad for Donnie in this scene.
I
Like
do
I feel
too.
like Rio was a little bit more receptive to Donnie's apology only because Rio had put hands on Donnie just out of nowhere. So I feel like Rio felt a little bad, so he was a little bit open to hearing what Donnie had to say. Zesty, on the other hand, Donnie was trying to break the ice, trying to warm up, and Zesty was just like not having it. Zesty is such a like,
She throws daggers all the time. It's constant daggers. Daggers,
yeah,
daggers. It's like, girl, calm the
such
fuck
a
down. Like she has
negative,
no chill.
mean
She has
spirited
no chill.
person. Like, and I guess that's what his chasing is, that he's like a negative. He's pretty in his. I guess he's a mean girl, but it's
She's
like
pretty.
his words, not mine. I guess
Okay.
that's his aesthetic.
Oh, and he got
That
body too.
he's
Yeah.
uh,
Wait.
look, that's what he said. But so I felt bad for Donnie because Zesty was just not going for it. Donnie was trying to break the ice, and Zesty was just being standoffish. Donnie is like, "Oh, I see what you have going on. I stalked your page," which I was like, I never would have told anybody that I'm stalking their page. And Zesty was just like, "I know what happens." It's like, bitch, what are you on this show for?
It gave
Like,
it gave two it gave two fanned out. It gave girl Donnie. Come on now.
yeah, I was like, Donnie, you need to, yeah, very
I'm
much
sorry.
fan.
Like I said, Richard, you can't whoop my ass and I'm finna come apologize. No, it's just that you need to apologize to me first. Like y'all need to apologize to me for whooping my ass, and then we could talk about what I said. But no, we not. It ain't finna go like that. Like no. And I really hate that for him because that make him look really weak. And well, I guess he is really weak because he really don't know how to fight. But girl, Jesus. You know, I blame it on his daddy. I blame it on his daddy because even though his daddy is black, his daddy is a whitewashed black man. If that makes any sense.
Mhm. His daddy is an enabler,
Yeah.
very much. And I feel like now he's trying to like wrangle Donnie in. Donnie is like in his 30s. It's like too late to kind of try to tame him. And
It's too
I'm pretty
late.
sure this has kind of been Donnie's energy his whole life. So as much as I
Yeah.
love Donnie and I love that he's calmed down since episode one, I'm like, yeah, Papa Donnie is too late
One
to.
thing I would say though is that you could definitely see difference between Donnie during the first half of the season, and then like to when he kind of don't want to say learned his place or kind of, but he kind of like not making it not wanting to be the villain, I guess so to speak. Like he's just like trying to live in his truth and kind of just like let people know who he is. Because I think he
Mhm.
got tired of like the bashing and stuff. I think to be honest. Um, but what I will say is that his family is really supportive. I really hated the scene where Rachel and them was getting into it with his daddy and stuff. I thought it was really tacky.
Right.
Um, but his parents are his family is really supportive, and I know it seems like no shade. It does seem like girl, his daddy just be popping up out of nowhere. Her son be like, oh, there go Donnie Daddy, there go Donnie Daddy. I said he a cast member, bitch. Y'all better have him a chair at the motherfucking reunion.
Period. Because like Damon and I did note that Donnie's like dad is just showing up out of no goddamn. I'm like, damn, is he like a chauffeur, like a getaway driver? Like he's
But shout out to
everywhere.
him
But
because one thing about Donnie and his daddy is they gonna spend their coin. They gonna spend their coin. I also made Donnie's daddy's logo for his business. I made him some shirts. Y'all gonna see that coming soon.
okay,
Um,
period.
yeah, so I mean they definitely
Period.
support black businesses, so I'm here for it. I'll take the
Yeah,
coin.
like I will say, yeah,
His daddy give me a little bit
Donnie's
of a
father.
date, but I don't know. I'm trying to get away from that life.
As his daddy is his dad is very much like a good support system, but like a little bit of an enabler. But I love that he
You don't
supports.
find daddies that are comfortable with their son's sexuality and they can sit there and like really just
Very
be
true.
present. It just doesn't happen a
Very
lot.
true. That's actual factual. So yeah, big ups to Donnie's father for being supportive and like being a big part of his son's life.
Yeah.
Even though his son is a tad bit chaotic, but like I said, I felt bad for Donnie when it sit down. This sit down just kind of just made me. I'm always indifferent to a lot of people on the show, but Zessie just has such a negative spirit. It's just like I just want to remove from the show. So following this sit down is just like, hopefully Zessie does not return next episode. He can
Oh
just
no,
be
he is
absent.
because you remember you didn't see the trailer
Oh yeah,
when.
he does get into it with Jeff. Yeah,
Mhm. Oh,
I
so
just want this to be
he
his
just get
last
like he gonna
episode.
go down the whole line because girl, he just don't like nobody. He's just a bitter bitch to me.
Very bitter, very bitter. And I wonder, no shade, I wonder what Zessie looks like without all that makeup on his face. That be the bitches with the all the insecurities.
I was gonna say something, but girl, I'm glad I didn't say because they would cancel me if I said it. I was gonna say something if they would have been hanging me next, but no, I'm okay on that.
My goodness, but yes, so that kind of concludes the episode for Chasing Dallas. As Chloe just said, we kind of get a glimpse of Zesty versus Jet next episode. Zesty feels like Jet isn't a supportive friend. He said nobody's like events, not supporting. And I guess it's because he wrapped up in the OnlyFans man.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what Jet's reasoning excuse is going to be for abandoning his friends. And they've been out here thumping and bumping, bloody and poor Donnie.
I'm sure he has a backpedal to it. I'm sure he has something that he's gonna say. I don't know because I wasn't there for that. What I will say though, because I do want to say this because it was showed on the super trailer. In regards to my character, because they tried to assassinate my character and said I was a car thief and this is that and the other. All I can say legally is don't leave your keys around me because maybe they will get took. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. I can't wait for this shit to be over. I really can't.
I bet. So I'm assuming that you guys have stopped filming this season already. Has filming wrapped, or you guys still filming?
Oh yeah, filming's been over. Filming, we've been done filming since middle of March, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
March 22nd was our last day we filmed. Was our last scene.
Do you guys have like a date
We're
for
still
when
we're
you're
still doing
filming?
green screens. So we're still doing green screens as we go. I guess as it goes.
How does that work? So y'all wrap the season, and then you come do green screens, and then they incorporate your green screens into whatever scene they're editing at the moment. Do
Um,
you know if that's how that works?
kind of like when we go into green screens, we know what episodes we're doing the green screens for. Like they'll be like, okay, we're doing
Okay,
episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then they'd be like, you do them, and then you send you on your way, and you come back in like 2 weeks, and you do 3, 4, 5, or however it goes. But you do them in like chunks. That's why the looks be different, the timing, it just everything be different.
okay. Shout out to
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Uh,
definitely looking forward to the reunion.
I mean, it makes people stay, I guess, active and present throughout the season. Well, clearly the girls ain't staying active and present, really, not in the web reality world. But I don't know. It's supposed to, I guess, keep people interactive and kind of like, cause like we're having to relive the drama and stuff like that as we're doing the research. Like I don't know. But yeah, our reunion. Oh, damn, I can't tell y'all when our reunion is, but it's coming soon. So
Yes, definitely looking forward
hey,
to this
soon.
goddamn reunion.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no shade to Chasing Reality production. Hopefully, this season can kind of do what Chasing Atlanta did. Take a little break, refresh, regroup, recast. Like you said, Chloe, Tedley. I'm sorry, main cast. Chloe,
Donnie,
Donnie,
mother.
mother, friend of the show, Rachel, and Donnie, and that would be. I would be good with that. This season, this franchise needs like a whole new revamp,
Yeah, it
especially
does.
with like,
I agree. I agree. It needs a revamp, and it definitely we could definitely use a break because that bitch. When I tell you next, if I get called back next season, I'm not going to let my foot up off these hoes' neck, and I am not playing with you. The people in the comments are going to eat up every single word. When I tell you every wig, every hair,
hey.
every motherfucking makeup is going to be on point, top tier, bitch. I'm not playing. That's how I'm
Hey,
gonna
y'all heard it here first. Yes, from the motherfucking source. Chloe, I'm sorry, mother Chloe motherfucking Von Dutch.
the big
Okay,
one,
in the
not the
motherfucking
little one.
building. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna thank you again, Chloe, for coming through, taking time out of your schedule to do this interview and review this episode with me.
No
The
problem.
episode was a little, if I had to give it a letter grade,
I
maybe like
said,
C minus.
I was gonna give it
Ooh.
an F.
Not a F.
No. Oh,
No.
can I say this? If y'all are not
Yes.
following me, I do need I need like 2 or 3 more subscribers so I can start going live on my channel because I'm trying to like give y'all after show commentary, and then I'm also like dropping like behind the scenes stuff that happened during us filming and stuff. All that's on my YouTube channel. So y'all go to my
Hey,
YouTube channel. It's called After the Chase with Chloe Von Dutch. Yeah, After the Chase with Chloe
period.
Von Dutch.
You better
Go,
brand.
go subscribe to my motherfucking channel, please.
Period. Yes. Okay. Thank you again, Chloe, for coming through. Shout out to everybody that came through to watch the interview. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this on the playback. Chloe, I'm looking forward to like continuing to watch you on the season. Looking forward to the reunion.
Oh,
Hopefully, you do
his
get
screen
a
get
call
deep.
back.
Shit's finna get deep. It's gonna get deep.
Do you know how many seasons this episode is? We're on episode 8. I know it's usually like 13 episodes.
I'll tell you, girl, they're gonna kill me. Oh, I'm gonna y'all. No, y'all can get my contact removed. I'll say
You're right, so don't do that.
we're like halfway there.
Okay.
I think we're at halfway there.
Okay. Again, y'all guys, you heard it here first. Chloe, thank you again for coming through. This is Ken Carey. I am Troy. She is Mother Chloe Von Dutch, Chasing Dallas, season 6. Thank you guys again for joining. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.